Hi everyone and welcome to another episode of the Weekly Email Digest. Today we're going to talk about delivering value in your email newsletters. The examples I've got for us today are from Nourish Natural Products Company, and from what I've seen so far, they do a great job at connecting with their customers on a deep and personal level. And it all starts before they even send us any emails with their pop-up. It follows all the best sign-up form practices. It's very short, concise, it has a 15% off your first order offer, but what really sticks out to me is the picture. It's not a product picture, it's not a pretty design visual, it's a photo of the people behind the product, and it immediately sets a more conversational and personal tone for the rest of their communications. And here's the first email that I've got for us today from their weekly newsletter, and let's start with the subject line. The subject line here says Nourish Together. Once again, they're facilitating that closeness to the customer. And the pre-header is weekly newsletter. I think that's a very important detail because without the pre-header, it wouldn't be clear what this Nourish Together thing is all about. But with the pre-header, we immediately understand that that's what their weekly newsletter is called. And the main point of these emails is sharing value with their customer base. I like that they're very explicit about it. They state it here in the first part of the email. I hope you find value in the content, they say. A very sweet and genuine intention. And I think that it goes very well in line with what I talked about in one of the previous episodes. Remember, every single email that you send out must have a clear goal. And it cannot be to drive sales 100% of the time. Sometimes it's to have a conversation with your customer base and strengthen that human connection. And so then they go on sharing a variety of different things that their audience is interested in. A recipe of the week, something delicious and healthy because their brand is all about taking care of you and your body. Some stories from the personal life of the founder, Jamie, to serve as inspiration. For example, here she talks about how important saying no is and that she's going to be practicing it more going forward. And what I really like about this is that she doesn't just talk about herself here. Actually, she invites her readers to write to her and talk about their experiences with saying no. By doing that, she makes it feel not like dead weight text, but like a real two-way conversation. Then she shares a product she loves and uses, not an ad, just a genuine personal recommendation. Some tips from her business life. For example, here she talks about a book she recently finished that fellow entrepreneurs would enjoy. Some info about upcoming events and other news, and only then they include 3 pictures of their products. All of that well thought out, genuine, interesting information, and just a tiny little plug of their products. Because remember, the goal of this email is not to drive sales. It's to strengthen brand awareness and a real connection between human beings. Here's the next weekly newsletter email that I received from them, and it follows the same structure. In the beginning, they restate the purpose of this newsletter to deliver value to you, another recipe of the week, and then in the inspiration section, I love how Jamie follows up on the story that she told last week. So she goes like, "Thank you for all of your responses. I enjoyed learning from all of your experiences, and my experience has been great so far. Saying no feels amazing." So she not only makes it feel like a two-way conversation, she makes it a real two-way conversation. And then the rest is very similar. Another product recommendation, some more business tips, and I also love the part with the news about their brand here. We're at Summerfest right now. If you're around, feel free to come say hi. In fact, we would love to meet you. They're continuing to be extremely approachable, friendly, and human. Isn't it the best thing in the world when the business owner, who is also a personal acquaintance of yours, is the person that's working the counter or serving the guests or whatever else it is that the business does, the business owner is doing it for you? Well, this is a perfect example of how to do that with a digital business. So to conclude today's episode, in the e-commerce world, we tend to focus too much on the numbers, the revenue, and we forget about the human side of things. We forget that our readers are people too. Sometimes they just need someone to talk to and to have a genuine conversation. So share what's on your mind, share what you're excited about, share what you learned yesterday or what's ahead of you tomorrow. Share all of that. It's not always going to be the thing that drives the most sales, but the deep personal connection is what ultimately really gets people to stick longer and buy more. So that's going to be the lesson of the day today. Make it personal, and if you want to talk, feel free to email me at academy@omnisend.com and I will make sure to reply. Thank you so much for watching today's episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!